Boys, this guy looks like a literal creep.
You Donald, be quiet. This Rose fellow is still talking.
Yeah, Donald, he's introducing us to the world of Pokemon and Galar.
Yeah, whatever, Joe. But anyway, everyone, welcome to our new series. This is Pokemon Sword. We hope you'll enjoy it, so please remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah, and some of you may have noticed a change in Donald and Joe's voices. Well, it's because we've had to change the software we use to generate the AI sound, so we hope you all don't mind.
Yeah, that's why we may sound a little different, but anyway, we're still here making content and playing a new awesome game.
Yeah, that aside, here we go, boys. And this time Joe will be playing through this game. I just hope we don't have to send the Pokemon we use in this series to therapy like Obama's team in Pokemon Ultrasun.
Listen here, Donald, that was just one series where I played bad. And going forward, I don't want to hear any more comments about how bad or not I played through Ultrasun, okay?
I won't play like that trash bag Donnie, don't worry. But anyway, Leon gave us an awesome intro, and now we can go visit our character for the first time.
Yeah, and as always, when we start a new series, Obama will be making comments on how hot our mom is. So how is she doing this time, Barry?
Sadly, Donald, this mom isn't as great as the others we've come across, and that includes the Pixel moms, too. I think we should make a tier list of hot Pokemon moms boys. It'll be a great video.
I absolutely think we should do that, Obama. What a great idea. And if Donald disagrees, then we can just ignore him.
Yeah, nice try, Joe, but I won't be sanctioning that. There is no way you even have time for that list since you're doing all the editing and scripting for this series.
Yeah, this series is going to be super fun, actually, so let's focus on this for now. And by the way, everyone, we already have our team for this series sorted, so we won't be taking suggestions this time, but feel free to let us know your favorite Galar Region Pokemon.
Okay, this is officially the dumbest house we've ever had to live in, boys. It's just a goddamn straight line, and I still can't find my way around it.
No, the worst thing is that god-awful backpack we have to lug around for this whole game. It's so ugly, holy hell. And it's also the color of a poo.
So are you, Barry, but you don't see anyone complaining LMFAO. But anyway, jokes aside, I do agree that backpack is utter trash looking. We gotta get a new one.
Could someone explain to me why this game got so much hate? Apart from the whole National Dex thing, it's not a bad game, and the graphics are amazing.
Yeah, this outside do be looking very zesty, boys. The colors and the general vibe is straight fire.
Yeah, and this sheep thing is trying to break through the gate there, Joseph. Are you gonna do anything about that?
That Pokemon is called Wooloo Donald, and it's such a cutie pie. I even have a plush of it, which I sleep with every night in the White House.
You know what, that literally doesn't surprise me at all, but anyway, we're here in Hop's house now. And sadly, his mom isn't a hottie either.
Not gonna lie, I thought that was a man for a second, but nope. It's his mom. And their house is literally the same as ours, but all reversed.
Yeah, well, that's called lazy designing, Donald, probably so they could get this game out as fast as possible. But anyway, boys, I need to head into town now so we can get our first Pokemon.
This British landscape is pretty accurate if you ask me, except seeing the sun out here is a bit unnatural, so that's my only complaint so far along with our mom being ugly.
Of course, that's your only real complaint, Barry, but check it out, boys. It's the champion Leon himself. And something I'd have liked to see in this game is a world tournament kind of deal like we have in Black and White 2.
Nah, I'm sorry, guys, but the real main issue with this game is that Charizard being like 3 feet tall. What the hell were they thinking with that one?
Okay, yeah, seeing Charizard be that small is actually mad, boys. There is no way a Charizard should be smaller than a trainer. I mean, Ash's one in the anime was like 7 feet tall, remember?
Okay, but if you both read the Pokedex information about Charizard, then you'd know his height is actually about that tall. They portray him way bigger in the anime for some reason when he's not actually that big.
All right, well, as far as I'm concerned, that's a sin, and whoever came up with this idea should be thrown into the sun. I cannot accept the fact that Charizard be that small, holy hell.
You can complain about this all you want to, but who are you to make a change this big, Barry? And anyway, we're about to get to the most important part of this game, boys. We're going to be picking our starter Pokemon.
Yeah, and following our current trend of starter Pokemon choices, I think it's about time we picked a grass type, and this little one is actually one of my favorites, believe it or not.
Yeah, so as Donald just ruined for you all, we will be picking the grass type starter, which is something I wanted to surprise them all with, you fat oaf, but anyway, it is what it is.
There's only one reason why you'd both actually want to pick a grass-type starter, and this one especially, and it's obviously a jab at me, isn't it?
Obama, we literally have no idea what you're on about, but you better name it after him, Joe. But our choice still has nothing to do with you, LMAO.
Well, it clearly has everything to do with me, but I think I'll change the subject here real quick and give a shout out to a viewer who has been asking us for one for a month now.
Oh yeah, the shout out. But please don't beg for shout outs from us though. We will give you one though in episode 2 of this series to the person who can give us the best Pokemon fact they know.
Yeah, we did this before, so leave comments on your best facts, everyone. And here we are with our Grookey now, boys.
Yeah, we just celebrated getting our first Pokemon with a barbecue, which was cool to see. Usually as soon as we get our starter Pokemon, we sort of just leave and never come back home.
Oh yeah, and as usual, I will be making my phone calls to make sure that we have the best team possible in terms of the looks department. For those of you new around here, I only allow shiny Pokemon to be used in these playthroughs.
Yeah, our friend Donnie here is a simp for shiny Pokemon, and since this is all a meme anyway, we don't really care, so yeah, as usual, the team will be full of absolutely goated shiny Pokemon.
Usually I argue with him about that, but this time I've given up since he'll ignore me anyway. But here we go. Joe. The first real battle of this game, and we actually have the Pokemon, which is super effective against our rival, which is a little strange.
I was thinking that too when he picked Sobble earlier, Barry, but I guess that's good for us, although when the hell did he have the time to catch this sheep?
Wooloo is utter garbage anyway, Donald, so if anything, it's just a time waster Pokemon in this first battle. Although I've never used one properly, so it could actually be pretty good, who knows.
I would laugh so much if that sheep ended up having higher stats than our monkey does when they get to level 100 or something, Joe. That would make Obama feel even worse, LMFAO.
I mean, I already feel bad enough with the name I just noticed you gave this Grookey, Donald. I mean, this Pokemon doesn't even look like a berry, you know?
Okay, GG to our rival. He better get used to losing because that's all he'll be throughout this playthrough. A big fat loser.
I mean, living in the shadow of the literal strongest trainer in the world must be bad enough, and then on top of that, he goes and loses his first battle to his friend. I would just give up if I was him.
Yeah, that would probably make me feel really bad too, let's be honest. He literally will always be a third-rate trainer. He can't beat his brother, and now he'll never be able to beat us unless Joe makes a mess of the battles.
Barry, I could redirect you to the 6-hour full movie I put together of you playing through Pokemon Ultra Sun, but acting like it was Grand Theft Auto with the murder spree you were on killing our own Pokemon.
Yeah, he's got you there, Obama. And now that footage will live for eternity on the internet for many thousands of people to see how bad you are at Pokemon battles.
Let's just forget I said anything, boys, and instead focus on one of the first new Galar Region Pokemon Joe has just encountered. This is the little squirrel dude, which I think is quite cute, actually.
Yeah, that was Scalvit, which is a really neat Pokemon, although here's a little fact. Squirrels in the UK used to be red, but our American gray ones kind of took over population-wise and wiped the red ones out, basically.
That's right, Joe. So as the British once took over our sacred lands, we have now done the same to them with the use of the gray squirrel.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, but whatever. And neither of you have even talked about where we are here.
Oh yeah, I can do that. So this place is called the Slumbering Weald, and I literally have no clue why it's called that, and I also have nothing more to say about this place either.
Imagine the kind of reviews Joe would leave for places he's visited on Yelp Obama. He'd be the guy to state the obvious and then give the place a 1-star rating.
Yeah, probably. Or he'd fall asleep at the place he was visiting and then complain about the lack of sleeping facilities. He'd do that to his dentist, I bet LMAO.
Joke's on you, Barry, my teeth are false. But anyway, did you two just hear that sound? It was the cry of a Pokemon, I swear.
Yeah, that was clearly the cry of the legendary Pokemon Joe. Also, what do you two think about the legendaries in this game, of which there are technically 3 if you include Eternatus?
From what I remember, Donald, the doggo Pokemons are pretty good in competitive play. I don't know much about Eternatus, though, since I've never really used it, but maybe the viewers can let us know if it's any good.
And speaking of the devil, here is one of them now. I can't remember the name of this one since they both basically have the same goddamn name, but I do know this one is the Sword Fellow.
Yeah, dumbass, because you're playing Pokemon Sword, so obviously it would be that. Plus, this one is my favorite out of the 2 anyway. The Shield one looks silly in my opinion.
And now, for some reason, we're challenging it to a battle, but none of our moves are even having an effect on it.
I doubt this is the actual Pokemon Donald. It's probably like a hallucination or something. I get many of those these days, actually.
I'm pretty sure you've had those ever since you were Fetus Joe LMFAO, but anyway, this whole part of the game basically introduces us to the legendary, which is a new thing since every other game makes a point to show off the box legendaries in some super amazing way.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Obama. I feel like the introduction to the legendary in this game was a bit underwhelming, to be honest.
And then, of course, Leon shows up right as we get taken out by the ghost doggo. A bit late there, bro, and this guy's meant to be the strongest trainer in the world.
He basically came over here to lecture us on how to be safe instead of saving us, but anyway, he's still probably one of my favorite champs, so I can't really complain. And do you two think we should use the legendary on our team, by the way?
Now, Obama, the team we have planned is already goated to hell, and I'm sure the viewers will love it. It'll probably be one of my favorite teams to which we will use.
All right, Donald, good shout. And also, that's probably the last time we'll see our mom again, too. And on that note, I think we should end the episode here, boys. We hope you enjoyed part 1 of our new series, everyone. So please remember to like and subscribe and consider joining our Patreon linked below if you want to help support the channel.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We aim to get as many episodes out as fast as possible, but also don't want to get burned out, so please bear with us.